Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Terry's Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're gonna talk about the dimensions made easy. Now, dimensions made easy, because it's a lot of misconception. Look, my soul group, we know the true meaning of dimensions. So I'm gonna make dimensions easy for the people who don't know, because there's a lot of people with a lot of scholars on the internet right now who's kicking dimensions and stuff like that and don't even know the basic concept. I even had somebody tell me up under one of my comments that I was wrong and the sixth dimension mean love and light. And in so many realms, you're right, it's truth and everything, but you don't even know where you got that from. And I'm here to tell you where you got that from. So this is dimensions made easy for everybody. Now, dimension 1. Now, the first dimension, right? The first dimension. Anytime you step into the first, they're going to say it's a line, but right now we getting right brain right here. So, because we need you to understand actually what's actual dimensions and why there's only 9. And if there's numbers added together, that's compound. And it's just either it's vibrating high or low in another realm of reality of add-ons. Now, the dimension 1. Now, this dimension is made easy. Dimension 1 is anytime you're thinking about the self or being selfish, self-centered, anything that's around that. That's one-dimensional. So anybody who's in the one dimension, people will look at them as being single-minded, singly direct. You see what I'm saying? Only thinking about the self. The second dimension, duality, or being able to relate to something outside of you or something inside of you, but able to relate. You know what I'm saying? And it's a line going to another line. It's not a point no more like the first dimension. It's a line. You see what I'm saying? Because it's relating just 2 points now. So anytime you're thinking about others or thinking about something outside of you, a person, place, or thing, you stepped into duality. You stepped into the second dimension. Now, the third dimension. The third dimension is the surroundings. 3D. The 360. So ultimately it plays out in your life as your circumstance, your space. You know what I'm saying? So that's 3D and able to look. So now look, 3D is even third person. You see what I'm saying? It's even third person now. You went from one person to 2 people to third person. Now the fourth dimension now is becoming the judge of your surroundings. So you just set yourself in fourth person. You just made yourself a ghost. So anytime you're trying to learn or think or analyze something in your surroundings in general, and the first dimension, second dimension, and the third dimension all fits in the fourth dimension, because you can in the whole surrounding, you got yourself, you got something outside of you, that's the second dimension, and you got your surroundings. Now, to judge your surroundings, you made yourself a ghost and put yourself outside the box. So if you're judging your surroundings, you're fourth person. See, people don't understand, oh, how can we get to 4D? If video gamers listen to me, y'all know how to make fourth dimensional games. See what I'm saying? That's the concept of 4D. You see what I'm saying? Now, 5D is using your authority in your surroundings. So once you didn't learn so much in your surroundings, made yourself a ghost, took yourself outside the box. They say the smartest people think outside the box, outside the globe. You know what I'm saying? So after the fact, you made yourself a ghost. You went into 5D and started using your authority. So now you're using your 5D body, because your 5D body got all this information about from 4D and able to utilize this to change the surroundings it's in. So this is why 5D represents the phi, your energy mixing in with the energy that's already out and combining, creating another energy and the star and things of that nature. You see what I'm saying? I got a whole new language and a whole new number system, whole new letters and everything. I'm gonna bring that to y'all though. Now that's so now you made yourself 5D. Now 6D. 6D is becoming a judge. So not only have you utilized your authority, now you become the judge. People come to you. You are the authority now. You see what I'm saying? So now you took yourself and put yourself 6th person. So you couldn't even look past 3rd person. Look, we on 6th person right now. You see what I'm saying? We elevate around here. So You know what I'm saying? Now you're on 6th person, because now you using that person to know what it's gonna do. Then you using the your 5th dimensional person in 5th person to utilize that. Then you're using your 4th person, right? Using your 4th person to utilize that in the things that you was judging, and using your 3D body to do it in your surroundings, right? And you're using your 2nd dimension, which is your relatedness, is really your soul, and using yourself, which is really your spirit, which we're gonna get into that. Now, the 7th dimension, learning and utilizing your judgment. So now you just left from becoming a judge. Now that's the 6th person. Now you went to the 7th person. Now you learning about you being a judge. You learned about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Now you know yourself, and you learning the experiences within yourself, right? And now you learning and utilizing. So this is why this is the angel number, because the angels, they learning what humanity is doing, right? And then they come, or beings in general, they learning what they doing. Then they come down and cast judgment. You see what I'm saying? So that's now you in your 7th body, you in your angelic body right now, your angelic over soul, over spirit right now, and now you learning and utilizing your judgment. See what I'm saying? Now, 8th dimension, experiencing your power or fruits of labor. Experiencing, utilizing your time. 8. This is why 8 look like the affinity, but that's another video because I didn't change that up. But in general, 8. So experiencing your 7th dimensional body. So now you 8th person now. Experiencing your 7th person. Sit back, experiencing the fruits of labor of everything you created and learned from. Now you jump from that and go into your 9 body. In 9 person. Now you go in 9th dimension. Now you're in 9th dimension. Wisdom of overall. The overall experience. So it's up to you if you want to teach it, keep this to yourself, create another universe, create whatever you're trying to create with the overall knowledge. So that's, now you got 9 bodies, 9 dimensions. So I don't give a fuck if you're using left brain or right brain. You use your left brain, any kind of geometrical thing you could make up is only going to go to 9, and it's only going to be based off the concept I'm kicking. And that's crazy that there's nobody else on the internet that's kicking this. There's nobody else. That's crazy. Everybody who got concepts of dimension is off. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy. Then when you want to look in the right brain, just think about there's a vessel that you can inhabit in every dimension. So just like the 3rd dimension, look at all the vessels that could be inhabited. You got animals, bugs, humans, things of that nature. That's the 3rd dimensional vessel. You know what I'm saying? And depending on the highest elevation of the vessel, they're going to be consciously aware of the most. So as a human, you're the highest consciously vessel in the 3rd dimensional vessel. So what happens here is your mind is able to perceive 4th dimension and 5th dimension. You know what I'm saying? But just think about each vessel and in their dimension, what they have to deal with. Just think about what you have to deal with in your 3rd dimensional vessel. You know what I'm saying? And we could talk about the vessels. It's 9 vessels you can inhabit. You see what I'm saying? And whatever frequency vibrating whatever frequency that you're vibrating on, that's your spirit going to inhabit a lesser or a higher vessel in that dimension. So look, the 1st dimension, and this is how dimensional vessels go. It goes it goes spirit, soul, body. That's 1. Spirit, soul, body. That's 2. Spirit, soul, body. That's 3. And altogether, that's 9 dimensions. So, and then it gets greater and greater all the way to 9. And from 1 to 9, it gets less and less dense. You know what I'm saying? Higher, higher. So look, the 1st dimension, your spirit. 2nd dimension, your soul. Now, boom, 3rd dimension, your whole. So now you could have a body, because your body can inhabit your soul to receive the information from your spirit, which we know everything is the frequency, vibration, and the energy. Your frequency is your spirit, space. Vibration is your soul, experience, time, seconds. Energy is your body, your physicality. Now, 3rd dimension is the graduation of those 2. Now, the 4th dimension. Now, 3rd dimension is the human vessels and all that. Now, the 4th dimension is oversoul vessel. The 5th dimension is a planet. The 6th dimension is a star. is a star. So if you want to know their consciousness awareness and the responsibilities they have to deal with, other than you as a third dimension, we know in the fourth dimension, as an oversoul, we know the things that they're dealing with is they're the judge of the surroundings. So you know oversouls is judging the surroundings. And you're able to tap into that dimension in your third dimensional vessel because you can learn your surroundings. So you know your surroundings is already being prejudged already by oversouls. See, that's what they do. Then boom, planets. That's fifth dimensional vessels. So what does planets do? If we gotta look in the fifth dimension right now, that's using authority. So planets, consciousness awareness, they utilize their authority. You know what I'm saying? So Venus, if you're not treating Venus right, it can make you depressed and overindulge, or it can make you appreciative and loving and caring. You see what I'm saying? Mars, if you not, it can make you an emotional wreck, and it can make you super manipulative, or it can just make you passionately want to get for your desires. So they utilize their authority. So when you think about when you utilize your authority in your third dimensional vessel, right? You're extracting a light from a planet. When you want to get aggressive, you're extracting from Mars, right? When you want to get consciously aware of some shit, you're extracting and act on something, you extract from the sun. You know what I'm saying? When you feel your emotions and want to express who you are, you extract from the moon. When you want to express your intellect and how you communicate, you extract from Mercury. See what I'm saying? That's how you utilize your power. But they are the authority. You see what I'm saying? Now, the sixth dimensional vessel is a sun. You become a sun. Now, planets is in training to become a star. Some planets are more powerful than a star. That's what y'all know, but that's another video. But when we talk about the star, now let's talk about the sixth dimension, becoming a judge. So think about a star responsibility, being in a sixth dimensional vessel. Right? Just think about the responsibility. You became the judge. You are the judge of the realm of reality you in. So think about when you become the judge of your realm of reality. People come to you for advice. You are the source. You are the light. People come to you for the information. People come to you to know what's in this realm of reality or what's in front of them or how we supposed to see shit. You see what I'm saying? Think about the sun. You see what I'm saying? It's all conscious lights. I done been through all these realms of reality. That's why I'm able to express it to y'all. You see what I'm saying? Now look, a seventh dimensional vessel, a solar system. So a sun is in training to be a solar system, to become whole with all the planets that was following it. And then once it get elevated consciousness, it could become the whole being, the whole solar system now. So look at seventh dimension. Seventh dimension, learning and utilizing your judgment. So now you're learning yourself. You're learning the planetary energies you have. What are you doing when you learn yourself? You're basically learning your chakras. You're learning your planetary alignment. You see what I'm saying? So as a solar system, as a one being, like I said, remember I said this is a being? It has to learn itself. Seventh dimensional being. A fucking solar system, motherfucker. That's a seventh dimensional vessel. I'm trying to get y'all to understand that when you become these things, this is the conscious responsibilities you have. When you became a third dimensional being, the conscious awareness you have is to live in your surroundings, in your circumstance, and to take care of your surroundings and to learn your surroundings. So if you're learning your surroundings, you're learning the surroundings you're in, right? Then you must be a third dimensional vessel in training to be a fourth dimensional vessel, right? Duh. Now, when we get to the motherfucking eighth dimensional vessel, that's a fucking, you inhabit a galaxy body. These are bodies. Don't just look at them like they're things because you're small in three-dimensional mind. These are things, just like you are something. A smaller vessel than you would just look at you like just a bunch of lights, because they're not on the conscious level of you to consciously put you in form and shape in that conscious awareness, because they're not on that same conscious level. You see what I'm saying? Just like the saying, you're not on these conscious levels to put them in form, to know how they actually look. You just see the lights and the rays, and how you just catching shit and receiving. You know what I'm saying? Now the eighth dimensional vessel is a galaxy. So what you think the responsibility? Look at the eighth dimension. The eighth dimension is experiencing your power or fruits of labor. So as a galaxy, it's sitting back and experiencing everything that's going on within it. So when things is going wrong, it experience it. When things is going right, it experience it. But it's the fruits of labor of it. And it's the fruits of creation. You see what I'm saying? It's created the time. So the time itself and how it's structured is based upon what galaxy you in. You see what I'm saying? Because the galaxy, eighth dimension itself, is experiencing its power. And that takes time. You know what I'm saying? Now, when we get to the ninth dimension, Ninth dimension, a ninth dimensional vessel is a verse. It's basically God. And what's ninth dimension? Wisdom. Wisdom of all experience. What else can do that? Now, you could be your own God, but you can't be the God. See what I'm saying? You could just be, you could become one with it. And that's how you become with your Christ knowledge, getting into your heaven, getting into your conscious, getting up, rising up, consciously, motherfucker, get all up in that motherfucker. You see what I'm saying? Don't it all make sense? Dimensions made easy for the motherfucking world. Flight bus, bitch, goddamn air.